Good morning, you guys. It is cold here in Alabama. We're in the 30s and lows of 20s, and that's cold for us. And I'm a bit of a delicate flower. I do not like cold weather. I hate it. I would much rather it be hot than cold. In fact, when I worked at Petals from the Past nursery, Jason and my buddy Blake used to call me the delicate flower because I hated the cold weather. But anyways, this morning I am going to feed all of the babies, and then I'm going to get in the garden, the potager garden, and harvest some beets and some carrots and whatever else I can find and make up our beet, kidney, and liver detox juice, which a lot of you guys have been asking for my recipe for that. I don't really have a recipe, but I'm going to show you how I do it. Look who's greeting me this morning. I've been letting the chickens out and just letting them free range because the garden looks horrible. All these cold temperatures have just killed a lot of stuff. And there's a lot of weeds out there. It's just a mess. So I've been letting the chickens out and just letting them have fun foraging. Chickens are so funny. They know what this green bucket means. good. Dirt and all. Boy, those 20-degree lows at night really hit my kale among everything else. But there's some in here that's still pretty good. And I'm gonna take everything that I can get for this juice. Man, look at that. Boy, it nipped it good. But when you get down in here where it was protected, it's still pretty good. So I'm gonna take all I can. So my beet crop didn't grow too well this year. Hopefully spring I'll be able to get in another good growing of beets and get a good mini for another round of detox juice. But I'm gonna call my friend Taylor, see what she's got, see if I can find us some that's organically sourced and grown, and try to get this juice made because we really need a good detox. Here's my basket that I ended up with. A bunch of kale, carrots, I'm gonna go ahead and wash all these and get all of this prepped. I did get a few beets in here. Just a few, only a couple that's big enough. Anyways. So I'm gonna wash all this, go ahead and get it prepped and see if I can find us some beets. Okay, it's a few days later, but I finally found some organic beets. I actually found them at Publix grocery store, but I had to pay $1 per beet. That hurt me. $1 per beet, and I wanted a bunch of beets to make this juice. So what I ended up doing was I ended up just buying two little bunches of beets, and it cost me like $8. I wasn't happy about that because I should have had a garden full of beets, and I'm not going to be able to make as big of a batch of beet juice as I wanted to, but it's okay. I'm going to get enough out of this for us to do a couple of days detox with this juice. So let's start with letting me show you what ingredients I'm using today. Okay, first of all, the star of the show is beets. Look at all these beautiful beets. Now these, like I said, I did have to buy. And I don't peel them or anything because in the juicer it separates all of that from the juice. So I wash everything really good, but I don't go to all the trouble of peeling or even like on my carrots, you know, getting all the hairs off or any of that. That's one of the great things about juicing. You don't have to do as much prep work. You just wash it and cut it up to the size that'll fit through the blades of the juicer, and that's it. So the star of the show is the beets and carrots from the garden that we picked the other day. And these carrots are good. This one's Purple Elite and it's yummy. Next is the kale that we picked from the garden. And these are the beet leaves, the greens on the beets. I like to save those and juice those as well. They're packed full of nutrients. So all this is kale and beet leaves. And then this is green apple. And I like to use green apples because I just love green apples, but the apple adds some sweetness to the juice to make it taste better. Plus, everybody knows an apple a day keeps the doctor away, so apples are packed full of nutrients and benefits as well. And I have my juicer. Now this is an old juicer. This is one of those Jack LaLanne's power juicers from an infomercial. And it was gifted to me from our friends Bob and Donna Bryson. Y'all have heard me talk about them multiple times, but they gave us this juicer probably 10 years ago. I don't know, it's been a really long time. And I still use it, it's still going strong. Now there's all kinds of juicers out there that you can use, and a lot of the newer ones are actually much better than my juicer, a lot better than my juicer. They're easier to clean up and they're just a whole lot easier. But as long as this works, I'm gonna keep using it. Whenever it gives out on me, then I'm gonna invest in a really good juicer. When I first started on my juicing journey and learning about juicing, my friend Terry Hannah, whom y'all have met before too, if you've been with us very long on my channel, she taught me about juicing. She taught me all about juicing. We went to classes together. She taught me everything she knows about it. And she gifted me a nice juicer, like a centrifugal, I think is how you say it. Juicer is a really, really good one. I think it was called the Green Machine or something like that. And I used it for years until it just went kaput on me. So that's when my friends Bob and Donna gave us this Jack LaLanne juicer. And like I said, I don't know how many other different kinds of juicers out there right now in the market that are really, really good juicers. And whenever this one, there goes a deer across our field. Huh. That's why I love having these windows in my kitchen. I can see all kinds of wildlife out this window when I'm in the kitchen working. Oh well, I can't get it where y'all can see it because she's already went into the woods. Anyway, that's why I love these windows in this kitchen. I see all kinds of awesome wildlife and nature out these windows. So anyways, whenever this Jack LaLanne dinosaur juicer gives out on me, then that's when I'll do some research and I'll invest in a really good new up-to-date juicer. But for now, this does the job. Okay, so what is juicing? When you juice, what you're actually doing is separating the juice from the fiber. You're extracting the juice from this fruit or these vegetables. You're extracting just the juice. Now, the juice of your fruits and vegetables contain most of the vitamins, minerals, and phytonutrients in that food that you need. Now, the fiber of the fruit or vegetable also contains nutrients that you need. And so, I mean, it's good to just eat a carrot and eat a beet and eat an apple or whatever. It's good to eat it and get all the nutrients, all the fiber, because our body needs fiber too. But the juice is what contains most of the vitamins, the minerals, and the phytonutrients in it that you need and that you want from that fruit. So why juice? Why not just eat it? Well, my number one reason is because I can't eat that much. Like, look at all this I'm about to juice. I think this is like maybe seven green apples. This whole huge bowl of beets and carrots, that's a lot. And this whole big bowl of kale and beet greens. So I'm gonna turn all this into a jar of juice that Jean and I are gonna drink within a day or two. We're gonna drink this within a day or two. I hope I get enough for 2 days, but this is probably just going to be enough for 1 day between the two of us, and Chase will drink some too. So that's why I like to juice, is because I can get this huge concentration of vitamins, minerals, and nutrients into my body quicker. There's no way I could sit and eat this much food, not even in 2 days. There's just no way. There's no way you can chew that much. There's no way you can digest that much fiber. So that's why I like to juice. And I used to, when I first got into juicing, we juiced once a week. Like, I would make up juice and that would be my lunch sometimes for the week, or you know, certain times of the year we would do detoxes and juice. And if we got sick, I would juice a lot and drink a lot of carrot and orange and just juice to get well. And it was really, really good. Like, we were really healthy. We really felt good. But it's so much work. It's just, it takes a lot of cleanup. It takes, especially when you're using an old dinosaur like me. And it's very expensive to come up with all of these fruits and vegetables to juice. and I just couldn't afford to keep doing it. That's one of the reasons why I started gardening, is so that I could just have all the vegetables that I want, to eat them, to cook with them, to preserve, and to juice, and to smoothie. We do smoothies too. So anyway, that's why you would choose juicing over just sitting and eating a bowl of apples. Plus, it's said and believed in different things that I've read that your body can absorb all those nutrients and minerals and phytonutrients quicker. Your body can absorb them faster than if you're just eating them with all the fiber content. So many reasons of why you would want to choose juicing. Okay, let's look at the beets first. Wish I have all these beautiful beets and carrots in here, but all kinds of beautiful colors that they come in, and I've ordered some yellow beet seed. I'm excited to grow those this year. That's going to be fun. I've never had those before. So beets are a root vegetable that have a lot of nutrients. They contain a lot of nutrients in them, and they're a great vegetable that detoxes your liver, your kidney, just flushes things out and detoxes your body. I gotta look at my little notes here because I can't remember all the nutrients that a beet has, but it has nitrates, which provides energy, iron, which, you know, that always provides oxygen for good blood flow. It has betalain, which is antioxidant that protects our cell walls from damage. It has vitamin A, which builds immune systems for your eye health, your skin health, which that's one reason why I want to do this beet juice right now, is because I've got some kind of weird thing going on with my face. I've broke out with like these hives and some kind of thing, allergic reaction or something going on, or maybe it's something that's within my body and it's coming out in my skin. But I've had this since the wedding, and it just keeps getting worse, and then it'll get better, and then it'll break out again. So I'm gonna do this detox and hopefully help clear this skin problem up. It's a plant-based protein. It's got manganese, which is good for your bones, liver, kidney, and pancreas. All very important organs. Folic acid, calcium, vitamin C, potassium. So it can lower blood pressure, cleanse and detoxify the liver, boost energy, reduce inflammation, on and on and on. So many benefits for beets. Now let's look at carrots. And I've got a lot of different little carrots in here. Some of these are baby carrots just because in my garden I didn't thin my carrots too well. Well, I didn't thin them at all. So I've got some little tiny carrots out there, but I also have some big, huge, good looking carrots out there too. Some big old purple elite carrots that I grew. Yummy. They taste really good too. When those cold, bitter temperatures hit these root vegetables, it just sweetens them up, and these taste so good. So let's look at carrots. Let me tell you about the benefits of carrots. Carrot's also a root vegetable. It contains beta-carotene, vitamin A, K, C, potassium, and calcium. It helps with building your immunity system. Of course, we all know that. Carrots build your immunity system. Carrot juice is just like so super good for you. It reinforces your cells. It can heal cells. It can heal damaged cells if you drink enough carrot juice. It's good for your eye health. There's just so many benefits to carrots. Skin, strengthen your bones, reduces inflammation, even brain health and memory, lowers blood pressure, all on and on. So many benefits to eating and juicing carrots. And kale, let's look at kale. So the beet greens is full of nutrients too, so don't throw these away. You definitely want to juice these, put these in smoothies, put them in your salad, whatever you want to do with them. They contain a lot of nutrient value in them. But we've got all of our kales here and the beet greens. So kale is one of the most nutrient-dense foods that you can eat. It's super high in nutrition. It's a great, powerful antioxidant. It's a super antioxidant. It's a plant protein too. It's high in vitamin A, C, K, iron, calcium, and it promotes liver health too. So that's why I'm definitely adding kale to my mix. And then of course the green apples, and apples are just full of all kinds of nutrients and benefits. So a few other things that I could be adding to this juice if I had it, but I don't have it right now, so I'm not gonna worry with adding it. I just want to get this made and get it in my body right now. You could add dandelions, and dandelions are growing right now where I'm at in central Alabama. There's dandelions growing just wild out in the field, in the gardens, in the pastures, wherever. And what's crazy is I really don't have any here. Like, I've been out foraging this whole property looking for dandelions, and I don't have many dandelions out here, which is crazy because most people are pulling them up, yanking them up right and left because they call them weeds and they want them out of their garden spaces. I don't have them. I've even tried planting dandelion seeds in my medicinal herb garden and they never came up. So I don't know, and then you got to be careful too when you forage for dandelions. You got to make sure that you're getting them from somewhere that people aren't spraying chemicals on the lawn or whatever. So you just want to be aware of that. But you can forage dandelions in a lot of places. Just for some reason, they're not growing here on my property. So I don't have any dandelions, but if I could get my hands on some, I definitely would be putting them in this juice because they are an excellent detoxifier for your kidneys, for your liver, your gallbladder, your intestines. They're just a great detoxifier. I think that's the right word. So if you can add dandelions to this, definitely add dandelions to it. The whole plant, you can eat and use the whole dandelion plant. You can use the root, you can use the leaves, the flower, the whole entire plant. It's super high in nutrients. Let's see, it's loaded in vitamins, minerals, fiber, A, K, C, E, folate, B, iron, calcium, magnesium, potassium, powerful antioxidant. It's just dandelions, which is what most people call a weed and want to get rid of, is a powerhouse that we should be using. You could also add, and I've added these to my juice before too. A lot of times when I'm juicing, I'll just add whatever I've got. Like whatever I've got an abundance of, that's what's gonna go in my juice because it's all nutrients and it's all valuable. And beets may be the star of my show, but whatever I can get my hands on, I'm gonna add to it too because it's just all full of nutrients. So you can add cucumbers, you could add celery, you could add spinach, parsley, lemon juice. Like I said, dandelions would be an excellent thing to add to this juice. And that's what and ginger. Ginger is a great one to add to this juice, and I've added it to it many times. It adds a little spicy kick to it too. So all of these things are excellent to add to this juice. But today all I have is the green apples, the beets and carrots, kale, and then of course my beet greens, and that's what I'm putting in my juice today. A lot of you guys who've asked for this video have asked for a recipe. And I'm sorry to tell you this, but I don't have a recipe. I don't have a recipe for this. I don't have a certain amount. I don't have a recipe for it. I just use whatever I have. And I just put it in the juicer and then mix all the juice up together, and that's my juice. So I really don't have a recipe, but I did tell you the ingredients that would be great to use in this beet, liver, and kidney detox juice, which is the beets and carrots, the green apples, the kale and beet greens, you could use the dandelions, you could use ginger, lemon juice, cucumbers, parsley, celery, spinach. You could use any of those in this juice if you want to. And all of those things would greatly benefit the detoxification of your liver, your kidneys, your pancreas, your gallbladder, your intestines. It's just great vegetables and fruits for you to detox. So you can use anything that you can get your hands on, but those are key ingredients that will help with this detox. And the amounts, I don't know. Like I said, I just use what I can get my hands on. And then whatever batch of juice that makes, that's what we drink. So I really don't have measurements and amounts, and I'm sorry for that, but I just don't. All right, I'm gonna turn it on. And I'm gonna start with my beets and carrots. And I just put them in here. And I use this. And mash it down. My little thing over here, which catches all the pulp, is full. Oh, I let it overfill. Ugh, what a mess. See, that's all the pulp from the fruit and the vegetables. Now I'm just gonna put them in my compost bucket here. Makes a nice treat for the chickens. But if you've got like carrots, if you're juicing some carrots, this pulp, if you just do your carrots separately, you can save the pulp and make a good carrot cake. So I'm sure there's multiple uses for all of this. Most of the time I just give it to my chickens. They love it. It's good for them. And then they give me eggs. You might want to wear gloves. Look what beets do to your hands. All right, so the next step is I'm going to strain this juice and separate all this foamy stuff from it. Okay, now I'm gonna do it again because it's got a little foamy on it. Okay, that's good enough for me. You can keep doing that until you get rid of all the foam that's on the top and just have pure clear juice, but I don't mind drinking it like this. So I've got, what did I end up with? I ended up with, it's hard to see because it's purple. Let's see, 8. I ended up with almost 7 cups of juice. That's all I got. Out of all those vegetables and fruit you just saw in those big bowls, 3 big bowls, this is all the juice I got. That's why I wanted a whole bunch of beets from my garden. So this 7 cups, we'll have this consumed today. This will be gone today. And there is no way that we could have eaten that much vegetables between all 3 of us. There's no way we could have eaten that much in one day. So we're getting all the nutrients from all of those vegetables in just this little bit of juice. So it's easier to digest that way. Actually, what it was 7 green apples. It was, let's see, I purchased 8 beets, and they were good sized beets. And then from my garden, I only got 2 good sized beets and some babies, just a few babies. So that's all the beets. So let's just say 10 beets, 10 good sized beets, 7 green apples, and probably the amount of carrots I had was, I would say, a pound, maybe a pound of carrots. And the kale and the beet greens, I don't know. I have no idea. Just a big, huge bowl of kale and greens. And it gave me 7 cups of beet juice. So maybe that'll give you a little bit of an idea if you need to have some measurements. But I say just get whatever you've got. If you've got fruits and vegetables in the refrigerator that might be going bad, that you're not going to use in time, juice them. Juice them. If you've got an abundance in your garden and you just, like last year, I had a huge basket of beets and I made up a huge batch of juice and we all drank it. Anything like that, if you get a really good deal on carrots at the store, at the farmer's market or at the store, you get them and use those and juice them. So I think whatever you've got, how much of it, whatever you've got, just make you up a batch of juice and drink it. It's gonna be good for you. So you can take this juice and pour it up into a quart mason jar or whatever with the lid, put it in the refrigerator and store it in there for 1 to 3 days. 3 days max. The longer this juice is made and it sits out, it starts losing its nutrient density. So the sooner you consume it, the better. Now I've made juice plenty of times and we've drank on it for 3 days. But your first day is going to be your most value in nutrients that you're going to get. Second day, you're still going to get a good bit. Third day, it's going to be, you know, it just starts going down each day. So you want to try to drink this within your 1 to 2 days, 3 days max. So just store it in the refrigerator and it'll be good. All right, you guys, here is to a new year. May we all be blessed with good health, prosperity, joy, and big, beautiful gardens. Cheers. You want some beet juice, Chase?
Oh, look at that deer up there.
Oh no, I saw it. God bless y'all.